it would put a spike in the power system, and that would cause the Focusrite amp to crap itself.
Oh,
Fun.
interesting.
Wait,
Wait.
no, you're right. Space Engineers is being a pile of shit.
Haha.
Actually, no, something else is.
God's
Because
sake.
it's also doing it. Because it's also doing it to Discord now.
Do I
I'm
need
just
to
gonna
get
restart my.
boost?
I'm gonna restart my. I'm gonna restart my fucking computer.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
get
been on
boost.
for 4 days straight.
It's oh, for fuck's sake.
Zip. Ah, something in my ear. Ah, tear.
That's fine, that's fine.
This shit is gonna keep happening. I need to be intoxicated. Whee!
Oh, you're drinking? Ow.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Buh. Mm.
Mm. You touch my
Mm.
tra-la-la.
My dingy ding dong.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Seriously? Me and his reruns?
Oh, hello. Something's already going off. Ah, you hosting. Hey, I can never be sure.
Mm.
Okay.
Ah.
That didn't solve the problem. I'm gonna
Mhm.
be quite upset.
It sounds better. Mm. Mm. I still can play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Because I can play games and do this at the same time, especially because I've got this set to full screen windowed. I could just click over and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna push that button."
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
I said what?
So many people, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm still fucking excited. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Sounds like
Zulu, what's up?
it. Zulu.
Azulu Zara.
What's Zulu?
Woolulu.
Oh, Wolo.
A woolulu. A Zululu.
Somebody's definitely been playing Age of Empires.
Yeah, me and Charlotte play it like once every couple of weeks.
I know the
Steam is
one, but
offline. Please run Steam in normal mode. Fuck you, Steam.
it loves you.
If it loved me, it wouldn't torture me like this.
You know what? I'm gonna play Binding of Isaac in the background.
You see, I can't because noises.
A sad story for you, at least.
So sad. I cry every time.
Cry every team.
Every team.
I need to play
Like
Isaac,
this if you cry every Tim.
but
Every
nah.
Tim? Who's Tim? Yeah, I've spammed it to all the groups. That's fine. T minus 1 minute. Well, probably less than that now. T minus 40 seconds. Oh yeah. Oh, god damn it. Ugh. Why am I tired? I can't be tired. I've got 2 hours of work to do.
What?
Yeah.
Stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what this was.
You're on STEM. You're alive. Please feel free to swear.
Oh,
Is
feel
this a
free.
stream?
Feel free.
Hey, that's my line. This is a chill stream.
Honestly, when I first saw that picture, I was having a good old giggle at it.
The picture was at the end of Confuzzled, so I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Makes sense.
We make
Speak-
a picture just for that.
Speaking of let's do this, it's now 10 o'clock here. It's 11 o'clock over there. Oh, and it's time for the Furcast. So, welcome everybody that's already in the stream. Of course, joined as always by Jero. And as you've probably
Hello.
guessed already, our special guest, Leon the Fox.
Who's this?
Are you drunk already?
No, I'm just shooting poopies.
Oh, yeah, because you're playing Isaac. Okay. But yeah, I briefly explained how we go about this, Leon. So me and Joe have got 3 topics each that we want to talk about. Then we go into some stupid news to have a laugh and make fun of it. And then we talk about like gaming, very movie related random stuff. So,
Random shit.
And I can laugh at your face.
except drama.
Because
Because
I'm a
fuck drama.
believer.
Because
Oh.
you're a believer, excuse me.
Yeah. Oh. No, then you go like you're a believer.
No, not a believer. No, just fuck no. No, 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 no.
Right into that one, kid.
Bad fox. But wax the fox with a newspaper.
Is
No.
there ever such thing, Kiv? Is there ever such a thing as a good fox?
Oh.
Context. That's all I'm gonna say. But no, let's jump right into it. So, my first topic, very relatable to those of us in the freaking UK for the minute, is this lovely fucking currently 9-day heat wave we've been having. It is.
I thought you said it was 9 days. You said it was 3 weeks.
No, what did I say? 3 weeks?
You said 3 weeks in Telegram chat, unless I just straight up can't read, which is a distinct possibility.
If I've said 3 weeks, that's a complete bad mistype. But no, it's been 9 bloody days of this goddamn heat. Like, we've not seen a drop of rain. Like, there's a massive field, like, out the back of my house that's always really nice and green. Yeah, it's turned into, like a wasteland at the minute. There's, like, fuck all there. And there's been, like, no air at night for me to sleep, so I'm tired as all hell. But it's gotten that bad that, the water board in the UK is now on the verge of putting out another hosepipe ban unless people stop wasting shit. And there's actually, an article about it. So the local firms are wanting people to conserve supplies as it makes emergency deliveries during the heat wave. It's telling people, especially in the northwest region, I'm in the northeast just for reference, to reduce the amount they're using by at least 5%, otherwise they're going to have to impose a ban. And the region is using 2.2 billion litres of water per day at the minute. And
That's a crazy amount.
Hey, at least it's not like the shit that's going down in I don't know what the fuck is it called? That South African town, Cape what's his face? I don't know. There's Cape Cod, Cape Canaveral, but both of those in the United States. What is that area down there?
I don't know. You're the Yank.
Gabe,
It's South Africa. It is a British colony. Never mind.
You think I keep
Yeah,
track of
man.
that? Cape Town. Oh my
Town,
god,
that's what it
there's biddies coming in. Jesus. Seawolf with the 1 biddy, Neo Gaming with the 100 biddies. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream, guys.
Someone coming in with the Hondo.
Hondo.
Ooh, some new game. Hello.
Um,
How's
No
the
biddy
Seawolf?
kids.
Nice.
what else is it? Yeah, people in Northern Ireland are to see a hosepipe ban introduced this weekend, with the water appealing for people not to use water for washing cars, filling pools, and sprinkling gardens.
That's right.
In
because fuck their
Birmingham-
irrigation system.
In Birmingham, so where CF is held, homeless charities and outreach groups said tempers flared as rough sleepers fought over bottles of water on Tuesday. So, yeah, it's going a bit crazy at the minute. And, yeah, I remember last time, like, the hosepipe ban was put on, a lot of people were, like, kicking off because they couldn't, like, properly like water their gardens and wash their cars and stuff like that. And surprisingly enough, it was mainly in the region around like the south eastern area, where London and all the rich fucks are with their massive gardens. But it's just like, well, stop watering your garden every single day. Stop washing your fucking like £500,000 Mercedes Benz or whatever the fuck you drive. There's no need for it. But yeah, the heat is not pleasant here. Today's been okay because we're finally seeing clouds and we've got wind. But jeez, I hate it. I can't stand it. I mean,
I think you cannot stand the humidity of it. The heat itself should be fine, but not the humidity.
no, the heat and the humidity I can't stand. Also, Jalen just subbed with the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much, buddy. You now have access to the coffee kibs. Please spam them to your heart's content. Just not like 20 pages long of coffee kibs, because that would be insane. But no, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Oh,
Oh.
you're on. You are on.
What? No, don't. Do not break my Twitch chat. Don't you fucking dare. Rainforest Wolf, hello. See, Jaren, perfect. That's a nice amount. That'll do. That's nice. Free coffee kibs. Jero, do not post an entire chat. He's lost it.
I already did.
No, don't do it.
I already did.
I can't see it. It's not showing up. Wait.
I have no clue what's going on.
I've no clue. I'm not scared. He's just laughing like a maniac. Usually that's reserved for you, Leon.
Why?
Oh, you have an absolutely manic laugh.
Well, depending on what game I play.
True.
Oh, you know what? I think Twitch blocked it from being chatted out to everybody because it literally took up the entire thing.
Swift, you're goddamn right.
Okay, we'll just do this
Oh no.
and that. A little bit more. Maybe this one. And that one. That one.
Oh, for God's sake.
It might be good if I'm checking Twitch chat and all.
Okay, I'll stop.
It doesn't show enough on my end.
What? Oh. Fuck you, Twitch. Why you gotta be broken?
But anyway, yeah. Heatwaves in the UK. Fucking annoying. Hate them. Over to you, Jero.
Okay, so for those of you who really need a new keyboard like me, or those of you that just in general like bumping up to the next thing, whatever comes out, Razer has recently come out with a new optomechanical keyboard called the Huntsman. For those of you that have no idea what the hell I just said, so mechanical keyboards, they're like this.
Clearly,
You can
they
hear
click.
them a mile away, right?
Yeah.
Yep, the clickety clack, the tactile response, the quick button presses, all of that good stuff, all qualities of mechanical keyboards that we love to use in our FPSs. An optomechanical switch is very different. Well, okay, sort of different. So essentially, what it is it is a mechanical key switch, well, sort of mechanical frame key switch, that instead of having a contact point where it's like two pieces of metal touching, what is this?
Hello, I see a link.
One second.
Ooh.
Something is shooting up my thing in Space Engineers. I need to take care of it. Anyway.
Stream! Fuck your game, we're streaming!
I mean, it would still be happening, like, even if I weren't on the server. Oh. You're fucked now. Anyway, but essentially an optomechanical switch is as such. You've got a light, instead of a, like, two metal contact points, instead you've got a beam of light.
Mm-hmm.
So how it works is that when you push the key down, it breaks the beam of light, and you know, that sort of business.
Alright, so it's not like all like physically connected, it is literally sort of like a laser connection. You push it down, it cuts the connection,
much.
it says use this key basically.
Pretty much.
And oh god, hell do you say that name? Mejson Pridge, Medj. I'm just gonna call you Medj.
Nation Spajon.
Nations Bejon. I'm just gonna call them Medj. Thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate it.
I think he's waiting for someone to finally say it correctly.
Not gonna happen. And I've just seen the cost of this keyboard, and I want to cry because I want it.
How much is it?
$199 dollars and 99 cents. So
Oof, that's kind of what I was expecting, but at the same time, that's a little pricey.
£168. I'm gonna guess, roughly.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hello, Tobias.
Hey, Tobias.
Hey, Toby. Hello.
Anyway, optomechanical optomechanical key switches are not a new thing. They've been around for quite a bit. However, Razer has just decided now that they're going to finally actually use them more often. So, this is just the first bit of it being more accessible? Question mark. Because usually they're much more expensive.
Fair enough, but even so, I'm sorry. It is pretty. I want it. Like the keyboard I've had. Don't get me wrong, it's nice and all. But I have had it for a good few years. It's like maybe time for a new one. And plus, rainbow keyboard, yes please.
You're talking about a new keyboard.
Oh, if you thought that was
Whoa.
if you thought that was
Jero,
the Elite version,
Jero,
the Elite what?
you just interrupted Leon. Stop it.
No worries. No worries.
I couldn't actually hear him.
No, what were you gonna say then?
Aw. No, you're talking about having a new keyboard, right? You know how old mine is?
How
Do
old?
I want to know?
Maybe about 15 years.
Jesus. Right,
Yeah.
Leon, get one of these.
wait, let me do a chill stream.
Yeah. No, sleep stream. Because apparently that works.
Stream and he'll pay for it.
What? No.
Shadow Wolf, if you look at the link that Joe... Actually, no, you might have just come into the chat, so I'm going to post the link again. Where the yeah, copy link. Oh, come on. Stop being a bum. There you go, Shadow. So, yes, new shiny keyboard. I want it.
Likes to be in your bum.
Bam. Yeah, I'm surprised your keyboard has lasted 15 years, though, Leon. That's a good keyboard.
It's a Logitech one.
Or very careful care of it.
You
The
know how
usual reason for me to go ahead.
You know how I game, right?
Yeah, Leon is a desk slammer.
Oh.
Yeah, when Leon gets mad, he slams his desk. Like, I mean, I do as well, but it's just like, yeah, for a keyboard to survive, it's impressive.
I had to switch like 4 mouses already, at least.
Oh, right, I get it. So the mice is the one that's to take the damage. But even so, just the general lifetime of tech, like how long this is supposed to last and shit. The keyboard lasting 15 years is still good. I mean, I know you say it's Logitech, which are fairly decent, but yeah.
This is Razer, not Logitech. Oh, you're talking about Leon's.
Leon's,
keyboard.
yeah, Leon's one. I expect that Razer keyboard to last 2 years. Because then they'll bring out a new hyper deluxe version with 2 more color hues added in or something.
Well, they already have a deluxe version. The only thing is that instead of just being the keyboard, it also comes with a wrist rest. And guess how the wrist rest works?
Go on.
So it magnetically clamps in, and it has LEDs built into it.
Ewu.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can have a flamboyantly gay keyboard.
Excellent. Where
And
sign me up
and wrist rest. And wrist rest.
Perfect
again?
for every furry in the world.
Hey, I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is.
You have a boyfriend. You're gay enough.
Question mark.
Gay enough. Gay enough. Fair enough. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna actually bookmark that in case I ever get the money from. Who knows? Maybe Christmas or something. We'll see. Anything else on that topic you want to go on about, Gerald, or
Nope.
you all done there? All done there? All right, second topic. This one's I find a slightly bit amusing, but it's not like the well, it probably is going to be on Not the Onion, but it did show up on like the BBC News. So I thought, yep, talking about this. So, Wisconsin man injured after upskirting shoe camera explodes.
Huh?
Upskirting, it's basically trying to peep under like ladies' like skirts, basically.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
So, a man in the US state of Wisconsin was injured after a camera installed in his shoe exploded, local police say. The 32-year-old had installed the device to take illicit photographs of women under their skirts. Local police say he handed himself in but was not charged because he had not taken any images or video before the camera battery exploded. Madison Police Chief Mike Koval wrote about the unusual incident on a blog published on Tuesday. When the explosion happened, he got treatment for minor burns, then disclosed what happened to his mentor, a clergyman. Officer David Dexheimer told the Wisconsin State Journal newspaper. The man then reportedly handed himself into the police reporting a sex offence. On his blog record of the incident, Mr. Koval logged that the man had been counselled on his actions and then released. But the blog added that the investigation into the incident was continuing. So upskirting, the act of secretly filming or photographing someone under their clothing without permission, was signed into law as a felony offence in Wisconsin in 2015, and it can carry fine punishment, a maximum of 3.5 years, and a $10,000 fine. That's like 7.6 grand pounds in the
I don't know
state.
about you guys, but that's a little ridiculous.
Well, not
I mean,
really.
granted, somebody's like privacy is being, violated
Yeah,
there. But
massively. Like, someone going out their way to construct a camera in their shoes. Like, so if it actually
that's
bumped.
just impressive.
Let
I'm
me
sorry.
just say,
Making
yeah, go ahead.
making a camera in your shoe is just impressive. That's what I think.
Oh,
Um,
the
The
actual.
upskirting part, not so much. It's just the shoe camera thing that sounds impressive.
Okay, but basically, if you do that and you sell a lot of pictures on the black market of this sort of stuff, you can get quite some cash. So most probably, if you had like some pictures already online, he might have had some good cash for that fine that he got from it.
Well, here's what I want to know. Why on earth would you pay for it when there's a shit ton of it that's already free?
There are people that are weird and wicked enough to do that. So
It's like the kicks of like, oh, not getting caught, or the tension of it, or some crap like that. I don't know the fucking ins and outs of these people's brains. They're just crazy. But as Shadow was mentioned in the chat, that is pretty much instant karma. Also, Jorik's here. Sub Jorik.
Hi, Jorg.
But no, I saw this and I thought that is highly amusing. It's like he tried to be a dirty bastard and it just completely backfired on the idiot. But no, you say it's a hefty like fine, but I honestly think that's fair. But yeah, like you were saying, like the technology and the design behind it, yeah, impressive that it managed to pull it off, especially if it's like properly concealed and everything. But he clearly did something wrong if the battery's like blown up and burnt his foot basically.
You probably used a lithium polymer-based battery, which wound up um, getting either overheated or something along those lines. That's probably what caused it.
Well, again, I don't know like different battery types and that, so yeah, that's over my head. But
It's chemistry. It's over my head too.
oh, I've just like realized something. Like
What?
that's all like technology inside, so it has to obviously be like a small like concealable camera, right?
Right?
Imagine something like that if you knew it was going to be safe in like a fursuit head, like like in the eyes of the fursuit.
You're making me
Oh,
scared for mine.
Why are you
I was
scared?
mainly thinking of like CIA limitations.
I'm thinking more fun purpose. And what do you mean scared, Leon?
Volter has actually lifted a big battery in there
Oh, does he? What for?
for like LEDs in the eyes.
Oh,
You get the
right.
blue and red.
Well, I'm
There,
assuming you've used it before.
Oh yeah.
Leon, there's a
Then
good
it's
chance that
fine.
that battery is actually a nickel metal hydride, not a lithium polymer. Lithium polymer is what's used in cameras.
Fair enough.
Yep,
And
Polygon. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
at the same time, lithium polymer is also what is used in a lot of drones, RC cars, a lot of that kind of stuff, and my Nerf guns.
Oh,
Fair enough. But Polygon, I can see what you mean by using a GoPro, but here's the thing: with the GoPro, you have to have it like attached to the suit, like chest, which is below eye height, on like the shoulder, which could be easily interrupted, or you're holding the camera, which means obviously you haven't got like you're losing one hand basically.
You
Um,
strap it to your face.
that this looks ridiculous. But if you've got like hidden
Exactly.
cameras in your eyes with a proper like point of view videos, that'd be amazing.
At the same time, there's also a huge privacy thing because it's like, is he is he recording me? Is he recording me? I don't know. Is he recording me, guys?
See that at cons, like that sort of thing, it almost doesn't matter. Like everybody like had like a camera out in some way, shape, or form had confuzzled, and most
Room bar.
people didn't care. Room parties is a completely different scenario. Also, Priscillion, now following. Thank you very much, buddy. Um, yeah, I get what you mean, but if you're having a room, well, at least for me, if I'm having a room party, the people I'm going to have in there are people I'm going to like trust anyway and would know about the cameras in the eyes. Plus, I'd make sure it was turned off. So, yeah, I honestly think it would be an awesome idea for cons, like even for a little while, just to see how it worked. But out in like actual like public, yeah, that's an issue. You're running into a lot of issues with that one. I if I had something like that, I'd only use it at conventions. What about you, Leon? Would you use something like that, or would you just stick to the good old handheld?
yeah, I think I would stick with the handhelds. To be fair,
Fair enough. Hey, Gerald,
they're
making
trustworthy.
the
Say
trust.
what?
They're trustworthy enough.
Yeah, Gerald, I was just gonna say, have you actually just quickly? Have you actually made a Nerf gun with a fully recording camera on it before?
No, because it's actually kind of asinine when there are GoPros that have Picatinny rail mounts, and Picatinny rails are what I use in most of them. So there's no reason for it because I could just, I could just buy something.
All right, fair enough. Just generally curious. But yeah, that's enough I've got for that one. Wrap it up, put it away, and back over to you, Joe.
Okay, let me open this up.
Oh no.
So, what do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about the World Health Organization being stupid, Florida having some interesting policies put in place? It's not politics related, it's actually economics related and kind of
Mm,
relatable. It's a funny one, trust me.
Can we
uh,
laugh at it?
save the
And
funny
then
one for after then.
all right then. In that case, it's between another tech news thing and the World Health Organization being stupid.
We've already had a Well, I've got a tech one coming up, like a proper tech one coming up. You've already had a tech one, so let's go with the health news organization. Fucking shit up.
World Health Organization makes gaming disorder an actual thing.
Excuse me.
Oh yes, I heard about that one.
Yeah, this
I
has
have
been a thing for about a week.
I've briefly heard whispers of this, but not seen anything about it.
So essentially, what they consider gaming disorders is like spending 20 plus hours a week on video games and it affecting like work, school, relationships, and that kind of stuff. And granted, I put a lot of fucking time into video games. I mean, I have a job and I'm not getting fired. I have friends, I
Um,
guess.
I know I know my other half is in this stream. Arding, does me playing more than 20 hours of games a week affect our relationship at all? Because I don't think it does. Because I'm pretty sure that you do the same.
Like, it's incredibly stupid and all that kind of stuff. And on top of that, I'm really just thinking of like, not necessarily the implications of this, but it's like there is a reason why people would spend that much time in video games, and it's not because they're addicted. That's completely out of the question.
I mean,
The
okay, just
thing,
to quickly look back, there probably are people that generally are addicted, like to it, like an addiction would be, but
well,
it's not an overall thing. And okay, Hunter, fair enough. You don't play games as often as you think, but I don't think, well, at least I hope not. Like me playing games has affected our relationship in a bad way. If anything, it's brought us a bit closer together.
can I please?
Yes, sorry.
So here's the thing. What I'm mainly concerned about is, this would actually explain away things instead of, addressing some potential underlying issues. Because in my opinion, and as tested by a lot of doctors and scientists around the world, gaming addiction is not a thing because in reality it could be caused by some sort of underlying issue. Like
Mm,
maybe there are some issues with like family members. Maybe there's something wrong with the family dynamic and that kind of stuff. Or maybe they're in an abusive relationship. Video games are often used as a coping mechanism for a lot of real, like, traumatic events. And it bothers me that the World Health Organization is basically just writing that off. So
yeah.
that's the thing right there.
Like,
That's the thing that kind of makes me mad.
I mean, okay, the case of myself, started to properly get into video games with, like, the first, like, proper Game Boy that came out, like Super Mario World. Then Pokemon hit the scene, and then the first PlayStation came out. Like, that's when I properly started, like, playing video games. And for me, it was almost like a comfort thing because my dad worked in the Air Force, so we moved around a lot, which meant, of course, I never kept any like friends that I made, and I learned from a very young age that that was the ongoing thing. So having video games was a constant thing I had. It was a comfort. It was something that relaxed me, and yeah, I would play it with like people I went to school with and stuff like that, but it was mainly about the games. And then later on, like we're talking like my coming towards the end of my teenage years, um, I did get a bit more obsessive with them because a lot of crap was just happening in my life at that time, and it was a crutch. It was what was keeping me stable, basically. Like it's how I vented. It's how I got rid of my frustrations. And of course, like things like change. I got into like the fandom, and I don't rely on video games for that anymore. I play video games because I generally enjoy them, and of course, more recently, starting this year, I play video games because I like entertaining everybody with them, and just seeing my perspective on games that they might be played or interested in. I mean, I'm sure we've all got a story of why we play games as well.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is that, you know, it's not, oh, you're playing video games, that's why your life is messed up. It's, oh, you've been playing video games for 80 hours this week.
Mm.
There's something wrong.
I mean, that's
And it's
entirely
not
doable, but.
and it's not the video game itself. It is something that is happening in that person's life.
Mm. I mean,
Anyway,
Well, just to quickly ask, like, Leon, what got you into playing video games? Like, why did you start?
I couldn't do it when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I was prohibited to do was just sitting behind my computer or actually having a computer.
Oh,
But
wow, okay.
yeah, it's my I got my first console, like a PlayStation 2, when I was 13. I did have a Game Boy though, which I played Pokemon on, but that was it. I hadn't really much more.
Mm.
We had a old Windows 3.11 computer, and my dad
Oh,
didn't want to buy a new one until my mom finally got a Windows 2000. And after that, it then went that much higher.
oh my god.
My parents separated, so eventually I started to get more and more on gaming related stuff because I could finally do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I do see it as quite the coping mechanism between what happened there and that I didn't have anything earlier. Now I know I've learned a lot of experience through going outside, do my thing as a kid, you know, but now I can actually use my knowledge from that as well in video games and the mechanisms that also work with that.
Yeah. No, just I never knew you had that restriction on you. That's kind of interesting.
You don't know that much yet.
Yeah. Well, it's because I don't just pry into people's lives. Like if they feel comfortable telling me stuff, I'll listen. But
Well,
I
believe
generally
me, I don't mind about talking about anything from my past life, from my
past life you've been
past life,
resurrected.
from my youth. I've been regenerated since recently. I'm now Super Leon. I don't know.
You're like the Doctor. You've gone from Leon. I always fuck up saying your actual last name to Leon the Fox. You've done a Doctor's regeneration.
I think I asked my sister and my brother because they're both actually doctors.
Oh seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so you're the odd kid of the family. The odd one.
Yeah, pretty much. I've always been the odd kid. Well, obviously,
The kid who went, "Fuck you! I want to deliver pizza."
the one that said like, I want to go and do this shit. Wait, I'm doing nothing. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, you might be the odd kid, but I'm gonna take a bet here. You're the most fun and entertaining one, which is a lot better.
Oh, my sister can be fun.
See, it's that can be bit.
Yeah, you know, she goes to fantasy fairs. She travels a lot. She's seen Australia. She goes everywhere. Australia, New Zealand, she's been in Japan.
Okay, now I'm a little
USA.
jealous. I'll be honest.
Well, she has a good job. She has basically won one of the biggest prizes in Europe for cancer research.
Oh wow.
Yep. So yeah, my brother's home to home doctor on
Hmm.
a practice, basically. But yeah, I'm
Wow.
the odd one out because I'm still on my own, still playing video games. I'm still studying as well.
Yeah, but look at the amount of people that you entertain on a daily basis because of it. That's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I'm proud of my own way.
Exactly. You don't need to like dice people open and heal them to be a good person.
Oh yeah, and another thing is my sister and my brother are actually my half brother and half sister from a different dad
Oh, okay then.
as well.
Life stories
Oh.
of Leon.
So yeah, that's yeah, a bit different.
Yeah,
But we still see each other as well as just brother and sister.
well, that's good at least. Like you're getting on. Like, sometimes like families just don't that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't give my half sister the same kind of respect, especially because of the fact that she kind of throws it away whenever she wants to.
What do you mean? If you're right sharing.
She's a bit of a cunt.
Okay, let's just leave it at that.
And it's not just because she's my sister, it's because she's done plenty of questionable things.
Okay, definitely leaving that topic there. Going back to the
Happy
main
thoughts, everybody.
ma-
Happy
main
thoughts.
main crux of the question then. why you got into gaming, Jero. Like, what got you started on it? Because you haven't really explained.
I was a fucking alone and depressed kid in high school that literally had no friends. You want to get into a sadder story?
Oh, you're the stereotypical. He's like the stereotypical gamer and furry.
I am.
Yeah, my friends left me for better ones, so yeah.
Left me for that doesn't make that doesn't fucking make any lick of sense. Left me for better friends. Excuse me. Where are all these
apparently-
people?
I don't know.
Fucking, I'm gonna smash a plate off their head. I'm fucking dead. Fucking rude. Oh, left you for a better person. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. The Brazilian two stereotypes in one. Time Lord Leon. I'm just looking at the comments now.
I'll look. I was like, what? What is
Past
this
life
about?
Time Lord confirmed. Do two stereotypes cancel each other out? No, they make a super stereotype. It's a 4.5 multiplier.
Wait. Are we? Oh,
On
God,
the
are we
level
doing
of
that?
how much your life sucks, it goes even worse.
What?
That's nothing. I was making a joke, and apparently it went over everybody's head.
Yeah.
Isn't this like always?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're getting
I'm gonna
going.
move
It's
on.
been
I'm
a
gonna
long
move
time.
on. So my last topic is tech based. So basically the title of this topic is Pokemon Go hiding Pikachu may hold key to AR's future. So Pokemon Go was the first mainstream success for augmented reality. The overlaying of computer graphics over the real world, viewed in this case with a smartphone, goes into some statistics, blah blah blah. But it goes on how sometimes it falls apart because the Pokemon is sort of like in one place. So what Niantic have started doing, um, with who's the problem? Acquired Matrix Miller, four-person company spun out of University College London, based in Covent Garden, is they're trying to make the AR even better. So they're using right now like cameras with like or phones with like two cameras on them for like a more 3D effect. Just experimenting with like the augmented reality interacting with reality. So a couple of pictures that are like showing up is like it's Pikachu's actually running behind like plant pots that are on like your screen basically, not just stuck in front of it. So it's shown like maybe in the future, if they get the cameras working, even for a single lens camera, instead of just the Pokemon just sitting there in front of everything, they will actually interact with the world, the cameras around them. And apparently, the more people who are like playing it and using the AR is like data Niantic are using for their system to understand the world it's being used in, if that makes sense. Or am I just spewing bullshit at this
And
point?
then we get to the point where the Pikachu decides to go ahead and lead you on a wild goose chase, and eventually that last quarter you round, it goes over a cliff.
I don't think they do that. I think it would be a case of they'd like when you like go to catch it, it will stick in the area where you are. If you move, it will move as well. Like I can see that being a thing, but if they pull this off, like holy shit, that would be amazing. Like
Yeah, but would it pull back all of the players that said, no, I quit?
well, the recent update, which is finally allowed it, like you can like friend people, you can trade, you can send gifts, all that sort of stuff. On top of they've put in proper gym battles, legendary Pokemon hunting, all that stuff. I know fine well it's pulled a lot of people back in. It's pulled me back in, like for sure. Like I put it down for 8 months because it was very samey. I went back on. I'm like, holy
8
shit!
months, I've been off for like a fucking year. At
You'll
least
be.
2.
There's a lot of fucking changes. There are literally like so much to do now.
Yeah, I know. They brought in the second generation Pokemon.
Third gen.
The third then.
Oh, fucking hell, I'm behind.
Yeah, third gen's now in, and the 7th gen versions of the like 1st gen Pokemon are also available. Because 7th gen introduced like different like types because they were in a different region. So like instead of like your standard Rattata, you can now get a black Rattata with a mustache. Like it's entirely possible. Or
Si, senor.
for fuck's sake.
Yes.
What? It's better than being Oh God, what the hell is it called? Shaft, the detective, the black detective.
What?
That is a thing. Okay, just look it up.
I don't think I want
It's
to.
fucking. It's terrible. It's terrible, but it was like popular TV in the 70s.
I don't think I want to at the minute. I think I'll save that for later. But
Let's just say there was a reason it was called Shaft.
fair enough. But no, like pulling back on like I said, it's I think if they pull it off, it's gonna be like a breakthrough for AR, especially if they manage to do it on phones. Like that's amazing. Like just that amount of power on a phone, brilliant. Like give me that. That'd be fantastic. But also under the article, is mentioned apparently Niantic is now looking at doing some sort of Harry Potter game as well.
Harry Potter. Why is that coming back?
Now,
I'm just trying to read it. Also, the works on multiplayer experiences that will allow up to 8 players to interact in the same augmented space. A concept greatly limited, in my view, by the drawbacks of smartphone AR. Virtual, however, exciting, lacks a sense of immersion when viewed through a small screen. Yeah, there's not really any details. Like, no, it's literally just saying Niantic are looking at a Harry Potter game for the phone as well. Probably linked in with this massive AR update design.
Okay, just so you know, so it's basically your phone as the wand, and you start to attack people.
I don't know. It's not really giving um any details.
Because I do
Now, if
already
only
have
they
something like that.
if only they could do a Pokemon Go event without it completely crashing on them.
And no.
They have been. I've been to one such event.
Okay, I'm gonna
Have
get
you
a
gone
link
to
for
the
you.
live event that was in New York? Do you know that shit show?
I've heard whispers, but I didn't know full details.
Nobody could connect.
That was a massive server issue. Oh god. You see, with me, it's like I recently got back into it, but I got a whole I got a whole new phone. A friend gave me a phone they weren't using anymore, Samsung S7 Edge, when I had a Samsung Galaxy Alpha, so massive upgrade for
Oh,
me. But
I have a Samsung S7 Edge.
woo! But thing is, I could not remember my login details from my Go off my old phone, so I had to completely start from scratch. I went to this one event thing where like XP was like doubled, and it was all about catching like a certain type of Pokemon and evolving them. I went from like level 4 to like level 19 within the space of 2.5 hours. And yeah, there was sometimes it was like connection issues, but that's because it was probably about like 300 people in one very like specific place for 3 hours doing the exact same bloody thing. But it never actually crashed on me.
You guys should check your links on Telegram.
Oh no, do I want to do this?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
because this is
Oh!
a thing I have.
Oh,
This
hang
is-
on a minute. I think I know what this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have one of those.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this ages ago. I wonder if I can get that. Hang on.
If you can get that, bring it to conventions and have people play it with you.
Hang on. So I'm actually
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna link this in chat as well, guys. There you go. So this is a phone-based laser tag, basically.
Well, it's basically Call of Duty, but then at least tech style, AR style.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
I'm
not really sure why they called it Father.io. A little weird name choice.
Is that actually what it's called? Father.io.
Because
No.
Rage Daddy needs to have some sort of title.
Fuck off. I hate you.
Okay, bye.
Further IO. Wait, can I just install it?
You can install it. It's basically you can now collect areas for your own faction. Much like well, you go across the map and you can install
Like
get the
Ingress?
maps. Yeah, pretty much that. But you fight in in those areas if you have them settled with other people.
You have to buy something to use it, do you? What?
Yeah, I have this thing called an inceptor, which is basically a camera, which you clip on your phone. You connect it with Bluetooth together,
How
and
much?
then you shoot with your phone.
How
It
much is it?
it basically handles as an AR camera.
It is $39 plus shipping.
That's not bad.
It I
That's cheap.
I bought it for 25 because it was in the Kickstarter Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's the page I've gone to. I've been linked to is the Indiegogo. Still, oh my god, that'd be amazing at conventions. Holy shit! Can you imagine a bunch of fursuiters running around doing that shit?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. That's why I bought one, but nobody ever actually worked upon that.
Apparently, there's a lot of reviews on Google Play complaining about the interceptors, according to Shadow. I don't know why it's on Google Play. It's like they don't control the. Well, actually, no, they would do. Well, Google Play themselves wouldn't directly control it. I would say talk to the people with the interceptor issue.
The people think most probably that the camera on your phone should be good enough, that they don't have to buy the Inceptor for this sort of thing.
Yeah, probably.
But there's a
I
certain
agree.
camera. There's a certain camera in there and certain technology that you have to get before you can use it.
I
Or
mean,
else the AR situation is not possible. For
see,
that.
I would rather that the interceptor is a separate thing with that technology because they can't expect like that technology to now all of a sudden like be in every phone because that will jack up the price of phones. It's like
True.
it's like no, you want to play this
No,
game, buy the bit extra.
not necessarily. Because the thing is, if you did put that kind of technology in every phone, then it will become more commonplace, and then it will be manufactured more often, and then the price would generally reduce over time.
Not
As
initially though.
supply and
Like
demand.
the first phones that come out of it would be astronomical. They probably like look at the even the iPhone 10 prices and go, haha, fuck you, you're tiny.
Kiv, you're talking about a $30 add-on, not $100.
Yeah, my point is, it's better. I would rather pay like $30 or £25 than pay God knows how much else for a much more expensive phone when not everybody's going to be using the goddamn thing. Also,
Oh yeah.
Jalen, just give it a sub to Brazilian as well. Thank you very much, Jalen.
Also, I see Indigo realistic in VR, but you are static. You're quite static in VR because you cannot move too much around your area.
Mm,
With this thing, you can actually move through the bushes and shoot each other and be hiding like a fucking tactical
yeah.
person. Yeah, yeah. You can go laser tag for maybe 60 pound a day at one of those lovely locations with a few people.
Which are fun.
But which are fun, yeah. But now you buy one of these things and you can do it always,
Yeah.
whenever you like.
Or you could just get a Nerf blaster and actually shoot projectiles at each other.
Yeah, but then you lose the projectiles, or they get broken, and then you've got to buy more. It's a constant recurring cost.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like
This is what
it's
we
like
need.
$20 for a box of at least 500 and
Eight.
some of the aftermarket places.
Even
So-
then, you buy them. You buy them constantly.
you're still buying the console, and also the initial price of a decent Nerf gun to have even some range on it.
Am I the only person? Am I the only person that actually goes out and actually sweeps her darts? Because I get a fair amount of them back.
A
I-
fair
I-
amount, but not
I
all.
yeah, I sweep for darts, but there's always some that get lost or get broken every single time. And
I
eventually
would
you have to
still
buy more.
I would still pay the premium for that paintball or airsoft because they are actual projectiles flying through the air. When it comes to stuff that's like laser tag and whatnot, it's way too easy to break the beam.
Well, I still think it's a fun idea because, like I said, yes, you gotta buy one extra little thing. Whoop de fucking doodah.
It's also entirely useless when the sun's out and interferes with any sort of infrared or any light that's going through the air.
Um, unless any reviews say that, I'd rather wait to see proof, like actual proof that that is a problem.
It's an inherent issue. It's just science, Give.
Mm. So you don't play it on excessively sunny days. I wouldn't be out on the excessively sunny days because I don't feel like becoming a sweating bucket of fucking lard after 2 minutes, running around trying to shoot people with lasers.
And don't forget, you can be strategic about this. If you're playing this game with the sun out, hide in the shadow or whatnot does not work. Stay in the sun, stay high up towards the sun so that people from down below are aiming at you cannot shoot you. Huh?
There is that as well. Sneaky bastard.
Yeah, duh.
But yeah, massively diverged off topic there, but still great. The Pokemon Go like cameras, the like Father IO stuff. I like both of them. I like the idea of both of them. I'd love to see what becomes of them, basically. Right, Gerald, finally over to your last topic.
Florida is appointing a cryptocurrency czar.
What?
Told you it was funny. So, cryptocurrency has exploded to the point where it actually needs a financial officer, according to the state of Florida. Of course, then again, it is the state of Florida. It is the state that's 100% on drugs.
Yep.
Uh, don't believe me? Go visit for yourself.
been
Everywhere
there.
but Disney World, everywhere but Disney World, you will fucking believe it.
I've been there.
We apologise to
I've seen
any.
it.
We apologise to anybody in this stream who is from Florida.
Including Jalen.
Jalen.
But yeah, coming straight from the state, where two people have tried to eat each other's faces off. Florida's chief financial officer, Jimmy Patronis, believes his state needs to start keeping a closer eye on cryptocurrency and initial coin offerings, or ICOs. That's why he created a position for a state-specific cryptocurrency czar. Why the fuck did they pick the name czar?
No idea.
Who will be in charge of looking at how current securities and insurance laws apply to digital currencies and ICOs. The official will also help conjure up crypto regulations for the state. In addition, all ICO and cryptocurrency companies based in Florida will now be required to register with the Office of Financial Regulation and under the supervision of the new czar. It's, oh my goodness, it's like, it's so ridiculous.
I swear they're just
It's like-
making up job roles for the sake of making job roles, almost.
Well, think about it this way. BitConnect.
Mm.
BitConnect!
No. Fuck you. None of that. Cease this.
We are coming and we are going in waves.
Oh no, it's begun. Still, it just seems a little ridiculous.
Well, I mean, the stocks are regulated so that people don't get screwed over. They're consumer protections as well as business protections. Cryptocurrency should basically be the same way because it functions a lot like the stock market, except you have no idea what the hell this stuff is even useful for.
Well, no, it does. But okay, let's put it this way. Florida is appointing somebody to like keep an eye on this. What if like these people are interacting with people like outside of that state or like around the fucking world or whatever? I don't even know how fucking
Well, then
cryptocurrency
sucks
works.
for them.
This thing, I don't even know how the fucking cryptocurrency works, but it's like one guy in Florida it cannot like govern the fucking world.
No, but he can disrupt it within that state and set a precedent.
I guess. I just think it's gonna fall through. I think this guy's gonna just look at it and go nope and just walk away.
It's fucking Florida. If they can get you, if they can pay you to fucking manage cryptocurrency, they can somehow accomplish it. Again, this is the state that is constantly on drugs.
Touche.
I like it.
I like it. Well, no, not really. Like, yeah, I've had people say, like, don't go to Florida because, oh god, the like bad storms, oh god, the heat, and now you're saying the drugs. It's like, so the only decent thing in Florida is Disney World, which I really want to go to. I'm a 28-year-old man. I want to go to Disney World. What the fuck?
I'm a 24-year-old man. I want to go to Disney World. I almost went to Disney World with Mark and Gers, but it was just too expensive.
I have been to good Disney World, but it was with my ex.
Oof.
No,
dear.
it's good.
I ain't touching that.
No,
It's all good.
I just to clarify. When you say Disney World, do you mean the actual one in Florida, or
Florida. Yeah,
the actual?
yeah.
Okay, just checking
Yeah,
because
yeah.
some people make that mistake.
There's Disney World that's in Florida, and then there's Disneyland that's in California, which
God's
is
sake.
objectively worse.
Oh, there's also
Guy.
Disneyland in Paris.
Guys,
Disney World.
I just say Brazilian Disney World, Disney World.
Oh! I need to show you this. I need to show you this. One
Oh,
second.
here we go.
Where the hell is it? I sent it to Gers. I'm gonna forward it.
Toby, I like Florida. Been there a few times, but they are insane there.
I told you.
I don't know. I felt like they're a lot like the UK.
You were
Excuse
in
me?
a safe part of Florida.
God damn it, Brazilian
Wait,
stuff.
wait. I'm not gonna say. I was in Orlando.
Jero, you think I haven't seen this image before?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is old.
I don't
I
keep an
saw
eye
this-
on your memes.
I saw this today on Twitter.
Disney World. I saw it in a Telegram chat earlier.
Yeah, as well.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably the one that posted it.
I don't think you
Ah.
were.
Let me
I-
check
Double
it.
check. I bet I was.
I know which one it is then.
I think I need to give some context for some the viewers, just in case. But they've probably seen this before as well.
Yeah, it was you, Jero.
Okay.
Told you.
OBS, add image, WORL.
Let me guess, Gaston.
Uh,
No. It is.
Commander
Nobody posts
Root, now
memes
following.
like Gaston.
Oh jeez.
No one posts memes like us.
Stop.
Commander.
Yeah,
Root.
people probably now realise which one this is. There you go, slap bang in the middle of the stream. Have fun with that one. Disney World.
Oh, there it is.
Actually, you know what? You know what? For the rest of the stream, I'm just gonna have this sitting there.
No.
No, I can't.
No.
Wrong side. Wrong
No,
side.
Put it over Jero.
No, I
It's
can't.
this.
I can't go over Jero because that's where my subs come in and it tells me. There we go.
Oh wow.
Protected by the sub count.
Exactly. There you go. I'm just gonna stick that right there for the rest of the
It's
stream.
very simple. Layer it differently. Layer it over Jero in between the sub count.
Oh well,
No.
at least I get to be the derp line.
No. I'm just gonna leave it there. It's in plain view. It's not interrupting anything else. Shadow Wolf AZ also now following. Thank you very much, my dude. But yeah, let's just leave that up there. Oh, God. Shadow Wolf is just laughing his ass off. Brazilian hasn't seen it before. What the fuck, dude? Oh wait, and now you.
Okay, the whole Disney World thing has been around, but that particular image has not.
Oh no, this has been out for like, oh my god, so long, so freaking long.
You know the time when.
Put Lion face over Cavuli's face. Fuck you, Brazilian. Fuck you.
Actually, that is true. Do it. Put that Disney World face right over your face
No.
as a connecting.
I mean, you are a cat.
The funny thing is, it would not change much because it's almost freaking lines that way.
Kip is just glaring through the screen right now. I can feel his laser beam eyes burning through my skull. Oh god, he's doing it.
Yes. I said it would work.
Oh my god,
I think I need to put this screen on for a second. One moment.
clip that shit.
It has now become Kivley World. Kivley World.
Kip World. It's Kip World.
Technical difficulties. Wait, try to fit it over that face.
God damn it.
Someone turn the gas off.
Wait, what? The laughing gas?
Oh my god. That works too well.
I said so.
How does that work so well? Oh
Because
my.
you are a silly, silly person.
I'm not the one that suggested this.
I did.
Also, check my Twitter.
Oh shit. What's Twitter?
Toby, it's all got a bit weird now.
Like it's.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
Yes?
Fucking hell.
I need a drink of water. Hang on a second. Fucking
Disney World, that is all.
Anyway. Brazilian. Wait, try to fit that over that face is now my quote of the day.
Try to fit it over that full big face.
That just sounds provocative and disturbing. Please, no, sir.
Okay.
Oh no, hang on a minute. Because it was brutally measured, I'm gonna have to do this quickly. Image, previous. Oh fuck, is this even gonna work? Is this
You would have to flip it. You can flip it. Like right click it. Skin should give you the option.
I
Oh,
know.
I know it's.
Nope,
Oh
wrong
no,
way.
keep it right there. Keep it right fucking there.
Wait. Okay. You need to. Ay.
Oh my god, these are the memes the world needed.
Wait a sec.
Oh.
Oh, just to.
Kiv, I'm gonna fucking draw you like this. I'm actually going to grab a sketchbook and draw this shit.
Oh my god.
Look at this tree!
Oh wait. Oh, he flipped it.
Oh god.
You need to just adjust it a little bit to the left.
Oh no, I've got to stop. I've got to stop.
Do it. Adjust it a little bit to the left.
No, I've got
No,
to
do
stop.
it. Don't go back. Go back.
No,
go
I
back.
can't. No, I'm.
Yes.
I can barely
So
breathe.
Fucking derails.
I've got lightheaded now. Holy shit.
And don't drink too much beer. Oh shit! I haven't even drank my cider after that.
I've been drinking water. Oh my god. Right, leaving that one there at least. No, that's not going anywhere. Oh my God. Oh.
Oh.
I'm literally just trying to collect my breath. Right, are we all okay?
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
Okay.
Who said I was not okay?
I said
Well,
maybe.
okay. Let me just say I'm not okay. I'm Leon.
Hi, Leon.
Hey, Leon, I'm dead.
Let's just...
Dead memes.
Dead...
Dead
Dead memes. Okay. I'm relaxed. I'm calm. So, it's time to move to Not an Onion.
Oh yeah, what?
Okay, Not an Onion is a subreddit where they post news stories that seem bullshit, but are actually true.
Well,
Oh
something
god, they've
good.
changed it. Jero, they've changed the site.
How much?
A bit, a fair bit. I don't know how I feel about it.
Can I have a burp counter up there?
Let's see here. Changed it. Oh, they just. Oh, that's not terrible. They just made it look more like the site.
Uh, let's look at new topics. What we got there? Oh,
Hey, look, it's that first one you brought up.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay, this one's a bit um. Oh,
What
Mm.
the f?
this one's a bit dark.
Okay.
can I have a link?
Yeah, hold on a second. Don't you autoplay shit on me?
Hmm?
Okay, a little bit dark, but we'll go with it. So, Plymouth people asked to collect their relatives' bones from city centre. Archaeologists are about to dig up a Plymouth building site where they expect to find the remains of hundreds of sailors who died more than 200 years ago and need to know if descendants want to claim a body. Experts from Exeter-based AC Archaeology will start evacuating the site more than Westwood TV Studios in August 2018. They'll be looking for the remains of sailors who were buried at the site between 1762 and 1822 when it was a military graveyard. Similar excavations at the land next door, now covered in the new Crescent Point student flats, revealed more than 200 bodies in 2015. The archaeologists need to know if anyone who is a descendant of any of the men buried on the plot want to claim their ancestor's skeleton and rebury them elsewhere. So, hang on. They're wanting to build on this military graveyard, so they're sending archaeologists to dig up the bones, find the descendants and go, hey, yo, we're digging this shit up, do you want to, like, rebury them somewhere?
That's a little dark.
that's what I'm saying. That's pretty fucking dark. That's pretty bad.
Sounds funny.
I, I don't know how I'd react. React? My brain's fried up to Disney World. I don't know how I would react. I mean, like, can you imagine just someone just like giving you a call or email or just like a knock on the door saying, "Oh yeah, excuse me, we're just like completely renovating this site, and we found that you're actually the descendant of this person who would be your great great grandfather. You probably never heard anything from him, but you want his bones." Like, what would you do with that information? You're just like, sure, I'll just put them on my mantelpiece.
No, I just, I just found this weird and you should talk like this now with your Disney World face.
No. Can we get off Disney World for now? But yeah, that's I honestly don't know how I'd react. Like, if someone came to my door saying, "Yo, here's your great great grandfather," I'd be like, okay, thanks. Maybe.
He loved you dearly.
didn't even know it existed. Okay, Jero, what have you found?
Teachers still more effective at educating than Assassin's Creed. I would
Oh,
fucking hope so.
questionable these days.
Assassin's Creed Origins Educational Discovery Tour Mode was nearly as effective at educating grade and high school students about ancient Egypt as a teacher, according to some preliminary research into the effectiveness of the add on. But there are quite a few catches. The study was rather small. It tested knowledge on a very simple subject and did so right after the students had either played the game or been instructed by a teacher. My phone is going off. Someone else read it.
Ultimately, those instructed by the game saw a 44% improvement of their knowledge, and those selected by a teacher saw a 51% improvement. The most important takeaway from both Ubisoft's creation of the free Discovery Tour add-on and the research was that the project is worth doing. The information came out of a presentation Thursday night in New York City at the annual Games for Change Festival, where Maxime Durand, the historian for Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise, and the University of Montreal professor Marc-André Ithier were among the presenters. During the talk, the two outlined the creation of the Discovery Tour, its current state, and the desire to move forward as an educational aid. The Discovery Tour allows players of Origins to activate a mode that disables the game's fighting systems and explore a number of educational tours on a variety of historic topics in the game. And there's a whole shit ton more. So, very small study basically showing that apparently teachers are still more effective than a video game. But the difference is, it's tiny. Like 44% compared to 51, that's not that big a difference. And the people like putting in the discovery mode is just going to raise one question: what are they missing to make that difference up? Because okay, I'm gonna put it this way: I've learned more about history from Assassin's Creed than I ever did in a classroom.
I
Because
learned more about it from extra credits.
and extra credit as well, because it's in a format that is more comfortable for me. I am not a theory worker. Putting a book in my face or literally having someone drone on at me for 30 minutes to 40 minutes it's not going to sink in my head. It's just not. Now, put it in like a game format where I can pick it up and put it down whenever I want, or as you say in extra credits, it's a slightly more dumbed down version, but the highlight the important, interesting points. Like for example, the very first one, the Punic Wars, like the massive sway on like how Europe would have turned out if it had gone the other way. They missed out. They're missing out a lot of story because it's just not that important. But it's enough to pique interest. So if you want to learn more about it, you've got a basis. You will go looking for it. So, do I think Discovery Mode's a good idea? Fuck yeah, I do. It's an amazing idea. I think it's a great way to get people to learn. I mean, if all previous Assassin's Creeds had done it, because I know I was studying, like, at least for part of time, like, industrial era London.
If you're not addressing the main problem with this article. The main problem with this article is that someone thought that it was more effective than primary school.
In some primary schools, it would be. I'm not gonna lie.
I understand shitty teachers, but at the same time, it's like it doesn't replace the amount of information put into a book. You can't teach somebody with a video game predominantly meant for like, you know, hacking and slashing and hiding in the rooftops and all of that good stuff.
Okay.
It can be done, but that would be a shitload of stuff, and it would probably be a real fucking long game and a real slog to play through.
Okay.
A lot of fucking money.
Right. I want to ask this then. Have you played Origins yourself?
No, I haven't played any of the Assassin's Creed games.
Okay then. No offense, you don't have a good basis to go off because I have. Now, Origins, it is a fucking massive world. And like all the games before it, when you enter, say, the city of Alexandria, and you come across, the Great Library, it gives you, if you're playing the game as normal, it gives you a quick pop up, explains bit brief information about it, like when it was built, what it's for, etc., etc. Discovery mode goes a lot more in depth. So you're saying there can't be that much information as compared to a book? I beg to differ. If the game was, if a lot more could be put into it, or I don't know, maybe even an additional disc or something like that. I'm just spitballing ideas here. It could be just as effective as a classroom, especially for certain students. Again, using myself as an example, it would have been for me. I'm not saying get rid of teachers, but it can be helpful if
It's the
done
same.
correctly.
Yeah, it's the same as we talked about the game mechanisms, as I said before. Like gaming changes the world and the knowledge of that you're being learning about stuff.
Mm.
Well, the game mechanism is a new way, or well, a new way nowadays.
Tobias is
It's
also. Sorry, continue on.
Mhm. It's basically the modernization of how we teach the next generation, and uh, a teacher is still old-fashioned, but it has to be done. There has to be at least something that teaches you.
Mm.
If, whether it be a person or a game or a book or a movie, there is always someone teaching the next generation about history, about the basics of chemistry or whatnot. Why do you start? It's you start with the basics, and what you do with that, you actually advance and learn new stuff by going further into it. Well, I would suggest, well, people are smart enough; they figure out new things eventually, but they always start with the basics.
Mm. As it, Tobias just put out a couple of good points there. So a game could be more effective simply because they can dedicate more time than a teacher could. Yes, a teacher is in charge of like a classroom of like, well, I don't know how it's like over in the US, but when I was at school, it's like each classroom was roughly between 15 and 20 students, and they have a limited time to teach each subject. So again, using Egypt as a basis, the classroom would be a good point, I would say, to raise the interest, get people started on it. But if people have access to then throwing a disc in a console or PC or something, and then explore it a bit more, it's enhancing the study. Again, teachers are still important. I'm not going to deny that, but I do think games can lend a lot to it as well, because again, a teacher only has a certain number of time between each student, averaging out, like I said, if the classroom's got 15 students and it's a 30-minute lesson, that's only 2 minutes average per student.
Man, all I'm gonna say is don't use your PlayStation 4 as study material for a test.
Oh well, no, that's a completely different matter. Like it's like you can't say, oh, I'm playing Assassin's Creed, I'm studying. That's different. I mean, okay, what I like would do would I'd play the game. I like if I knew like it was a subject that was going to come up on a test, I'd play the game. I would go to the relevant historical places. I would look up all the info. I would write notes and then test myself on those notes, and also reference the classroom stuff as well, just to make sure it's correct. Like that's what I'm saying. The two can go hand in hand. But
Honestly, I would just look up a documentary
and
because I'm
that's
not gonna pay $60 for a game.
I know I'm not saying everybody has the ability to do that. So that is the big issue. Not everybody can do it, but it is possible. And everybody, like I said, everybody's got a different style of learning. You will have people that will want to go to the library and just read like seven 500-page documented books on the subject. If that's how they learn, hey, cool, go with it, run with that. But again, myself, again, I would prefer something more interactive. Like something like visually that I'm in control of. I can control the flow of information a bit more, and I'm not struggling to write down notes with very bad handwriting in a notebook.
You know, you know what I think would work best in that case?
Mm?
Augmented reality. Just use AR as a means to insert yourself in the world, or do something along those lines, where maybe it's just this sort of panoramic theater or something like that. But basic, or maybe it's a VR headset, but something that puts you in the shoes of, you know, a commoner in those times, and so you'd be able to study what goes on.
Mm.
Kind of like a time travel sort of scenario,
Well,
if we're talking historically.
yeah. Well, you remind me. It's again slightly going off topic, but I remember when I can't remember, I think it was like the Fine Bros of like the Elders React stuff. One of the things they did, which was probably one of the most interesting ones for me, was they showed Elders like I think it was like the Oculus or something similar. But the idea behind it was what was going to be shown was like the tour of like a city or a museum or stuff, and they a lot of others point out was like this is actually good for people who are like housebound and stuff like that, and you know it allows them to get out and see things they couldn't otherwise see. Again, could be the same for like learning like video games, but again, it's the cost of the technology um, that would be the big downfall. But for those that do have it, it's a little extra bonus. So if there was a way to like okay, Discovery Mode, Assassin's
Well,
Creed in VR.
well, I was thinking something that would be like a supplementary tool to be used in the classroom. That's why I think augmented reality would be a much better idea, because then it's something where you can like give all the kids an iPad, because fucking everyone pays for iPads now in the classroom, and I still don't understand why. Um,
Oh fuck you, Brazilian! Fuck!
what?
Uh-oh.
Fuck! I've now got to put this on the stream. Fuck's sake! Oh fuck! Right.
Jalen's like, is it still up? Yes, it is.
Fucking right. Gotta delete that.
Just managed to be able to ignore it.
Fuck's sake! Fucking.
What happened?
Fucking.
Apparently Brazilian did something.
I hate this. I fucking hate this.
I
Oh
like
no!
this guy.
It cancelled.
Oh,
It briefly popped up. People have probably already seen it.
what?
Oh Jesus!
Uh,
Yes.
I.
Sweet Mother of Christ! That's fucking terrifying. That other eye that's just so huge.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Lower. Wait. A bit tinier.
Because the hair's
Lower.
popping up out of the top, so that's why I'm just like.
Can stretch it a little bit up.
That is a fucking abomination.
I guess the Leons of this place are actually killing it.
Sake.
Is that supposed to be a pun on the word peons?
No.
Well, it is.
Anyway, moving on.
Leon, come on.
Fucking. So, Teach still more effective than fucking Discovery Mode. I still think there's room for both. Bleh. Fucking
Next,
Disney
it's
World.
your turn.
I'm just trying to
Disney
fucking.
World.
Fuck off.
Are you trying to come to terms with the fact that you have been memed?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You have your equivalent of Fleeshlight.
Oh no.
Oh.
Alright, time for another freaking dark one. Why the fuck not? This is of all places, this is in Bangkok.
Bangkok.
So, drunken brothers in lethal brawl after a meal of lizard guts. A man killed his elder brother with a spade as they argued after eating a meal of cooked lizard entrails and drinking in Sankaburi district early on Thursday. Police called to the scene found a body of Sukon Niltab, 50, laying face down with multiple wounds on his head near his house in Mu 11 village on Tambon Dong Kong. What? Tambong Dong Kong about 4 a.m.
Hong Kong, blah.
What the fuck are these names? Oh my god. The radio listed the younger brother 38 and the friend 42. So hang on. I have to question, is like, are like lizard guts like a delicacy or something over there? I'm
Well,
guessing?
Asians eat dogs, apparently. What is not a delicacy?
Brasilian, if I'm going to make one, if I'm going to have one, I'm going to make it myself.
Brazilian, please make one for Jero so I can attach it to the before the end of this stream.
You know what, Kiv? I've got a better one for you. So that we actually spice up the memes a bit. I'll just give you the one that I made.
Oh no, you're getting Disney Worlded.
Why am I getting Disney Worlded?
I want you Disney
Why is
Worlded.
it both the same?
I don't care. Please, Brazilian, Disney World him. You have the reference on stream. You can see his colours.
Why don't I have? Why can't I just put up the well fucked sticker?
Because it's not the same.
If that's the point.
No, okay, we both have art on here that is from the same goddamn artist. Which is near enough the same. So fuck it, I want you Disney Worlded before the end of the stream. Brazilian, you've got 33 minutes.
Okay, but if it's gonna be that, then don't make it say Disney World. Make it say like some other park.
Well, he's just done a recolor of the bottom image. It's gonna be Disney World. To deal with it. But yeah, drunk brothers killing each other over, I don't know. It's not even saying why. Invited Mr. Jones to join them for drinks, the meal at home, intend to eat a roadkill. What monitor they had found. They cooked a meal of spicy fried entrails. I'm busy getting drunk when the brothers start to argue and fight. So there's nothing. So eating the lizard guts had nothing to do with the fight. They were just a bunch of drunk idiots who happened to be eating lizard, and then one of them died. That's what has happened to Not an Onion? It's like usually everyone's funny, but this is like these are bad. I'm not even on the dark section.
We must search deeper.
We must look deeper. Jero, save us.
Oh, putting this on me, are ya?
Oh god, what's this?
Drugs charged teen drops a joint into court. 16-year-old teenager has been arrested after a suspected cannabis joint fell out of his pocket while in court on drugs charges.
Oh bloody
He was
hell.
appearing at juvenile court in Londonderry. Charged with possession of intent to supply herbal cannabis. The suspected joint fell onto the floor as a district judge released the teenager on bail. Oof. It was handed to police by a member of the court security staff. Teenager was followed from the courtroom by a police officer who stopped and searched the youth. He was arrested on suspicion of possessing Class B and Class C drugs. Teenager had been convicted of possessing 9 grams of herbal cannabis with intent to supply. And it was captured on CCTV. So it's just like, you're already in court for a drug case. You just gone on bail, and then you drop this shit, literally.
Yeah, it's like whoops. It's like what? Like why do you even have that on you? It's like, is that like that's not like the worst idea. Like if you're in court to have that on you just in case. Hello. Hello.
Hey.
No.
Oh, what the fuck is this? Okay, I think I've got my next story. So, Polish charity gets huge phone bill thanks to stalk. A Polish charity has received a huge phone bill after it lost a GPS tracker that it placed on the back of a stalk, it's reported. According to the official broadcaster Radio Poland, the environmental ecologic group placed a tracker on the back of a white stork last year to track the bird's migratory habits. It travelled some 3.7 thousand miles, or 6,000 kilometres, was traced to Blue Nile Valley in eastern Sudan before the charity lost contact. Ecology told the Super Express newspaper that somebody found the tracker in Sudan, removed the SIM card, and put it in their own phone, where they racked up 20 hours worth of phone calls. Radio Poland said the organisation received a phone bill of over 10,000 Polish zloty, which is 2.7 $2,700 or just over £2,000, which they will have to pay. Stalk tagging plays an important role in environmentalist research and conservation of migrated birds, and data from micro GPS trackers can be used to help scientists assess birds' habits, social behaviour, and threats. Although the white stork is not currently at risk, industrialization and draining of wetlands pushed the species towards near extinction in Europe some 50 years ago. So, someone in the Sudan decided that, hey, look at that free SIM card, way, and some poor charity now has to pay the fines for them using this SIM in their fucking phone. It's like, you can't make that up. I feel bad for the charity because obviously that's money going to, like, the cause is not supposed to, but okay, how did the person even get to the stalk? Like, did the tracker like fall off? Did they capture the stalk? Did they kill the stalk? Well, they didn't because it said the stalk was fine. Yeah, not currently at risk. Oh no, that means the species as a whole. But yeah, it's just like, did this person intend to get the stalk to get the SIM cards? Like, details, please. I want to know. Dear Lord.
Oh god, I've got a ridiculous one, and I have to drive through this state next week.
Oh boy, I'm all about it. Tell me.
West Virginia man charged after police said he threw chicken feces at the Red Hen.
Wait, what? Hang on, what? Also, I realized I didn't put my story in this stream chat as well. There we go.
A West Virginia man has been charged after police said he threw feces at the Red Hen, which is a building, by the way.
Right.
While others were standing outside the restaurant protesting.
Okay.
Okay. Protesters made their presence known, lining the street and corner and drawing attention to what many of them call an attack on President Donald Trump's administration. What?
What?
Outrage comes days after the Red Hen's owner asked Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders to leave the restaurant. I remember this. They got the press secretary for the White House to leave the restaurant because they didn't like them. And so now there are people protesting at the restaurant, like throwing actual chicken crap at them. What?
Wow. That's
It's juvenile. That's what it is.
It's a what?
Oh, let's see here. What else?
So just to clarify, so like Sarah Sanders, who obviously works with like the administration of Trump, goes to this restaurant. They kick her out. Then people protest because they did that, and then one guy decided the best idea was to throw his own shit at the place.
Apparently so.
Uh, I dare you to like drive through with like a "fuck Donald Trump" sticker on the side of your
Nope, not happening.
Yeah, good luck with that.
God, what else we got here? There's really not a lot of good stuff popping up this week.
Maybe the news just isn't as insane this week as we thought.
Wait, no, okay. I find this one a bit funny. So this one is from a site called Japan Today. Financially troubled yakuza reduced to stealing watermelons. Due to ever tougher enforcement of laws and ordinances aimed at members of designated criminal syndicates, Japan's yakuza have fallen upon hard times. How hard? For the first time since statistics began being kept, total number of gang members in the country dropped below the 20,000 figure. On May 28th, Kasai official broadcaster KHN went so far as to uh, went so far as to air an installment of its close-up Gendai Plus evening news program titled "Impoverished Gangs." Yakuza who have been hurting financially have been trying up with the Hangura, members of the non-designated crime groups such as Hot Rod Gangs. A retired gang leader from Tokai region commented on the program. But arrangements like these are only found in big cities like Tokyo or Osaka. The Yakuza in rural areas don't have other groups to fall back on for income, of course. There are groups that manage to do alright by shamelessly going to extremes without any qualms at all. Still, I was surprised when a fellow gangman told me he'd been pilfering from farms. In this particular instance, the gangster been stealing agricultural produce from about 3 years ago, and as Coy tells it, up to then he had been overseeing operations of food carts at local shrine festivals, or involved in various construction work. But the authorities began putting pressure on the shrines and construction companies and any ties with Yakuza. Anyway, he got into stealing watermelons. During the daytime, he would send out younger gang members to case out promising patches, and then they return at night to see what sort of security, if any, was in place. They then hit the ones that didn't have tight security. But even if they stole 100 melons, the most they could get from them was about 300,000 yen. The damn things were heavy, and the ones that got damaged were unsellable. On top of that, while the fields they get stung unmercifully by swarms of mosquitoes, the former mill told me, "Okay, next time we'll be targeting melons and tomatoes." So, because of like Japan's stricter laws, the freaking Yakuza are resorting to stealing fucking melons and tomatoes. I don't think you're like meant to be one of the most like, you know, terrified gang, like most feared gangs in like Japan or something like that, and they're just trying to steal watermelons of all things. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong there, guys.
Hmm?
You've both gone really
Sorry,
quiet.
I went brain dead about halfway in there.
Oh, gee. Okay. The like shit story or yeah, Rip Joe and
I
Leon.
guess I'm just not.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
I'm just not comprehending it.
Me neither.
Okay, you both know who the Yakuza are, though, surely.
Leon,
Huh?
You know who the Yakuza are.
Yakuza.
Yakuza,
Yeah.
Yakuza.
Assuming you mean Yakuza.
Yeah,
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
They're like the Japanese mob, right?
Yeah.
Sort of like Japanese mafia, basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
like drug rings, like gambling casinos, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, the mob.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe them. And this is basically telling them that because of Japan's laws getting like tighter control and restrictions on stuff, some of the gangs have literally gone to stealing watermelons. Like I have never heard of a gang having to do that.
That's honestly kind of sad.
It's like you think by that point you just think, okay, maybe this gang life isn't for me.
Hmm. maybe.
We gotta steal watermelons and shit.
But it's like,
Gotta bring in that 50 cents, yo. Steal them melons.
but this is the thing. It's like it even says like the like heavy to carry and didn't sell for much. It's like, why then did you pick watermelons as your first target? If you're gonna do this, why not like, I don't know, potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, as it later mentioned.
It might be a shot in the dark, but I think a racial war.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
A racial war. You know, everybody's the stereotypical stuff. You know,
Okay.
everybody always talks about.
Well, it's actually just contained within Japan, so I wouldn't say it's anything to do with a racial war. It's just literally Japan's like, right, we're just clamping down on all this shit. And the Qs are just like, well, just gonna get me some of them watermelons. Next, what you found, if anything, Jero? Last one.
Oh, it's gonna be for the last one.
And Jero screamed and died, as Jero does.
Hmm.
Also, Jason, fuck you.
Mexican police force armed with slingshots after guns confiscated.
Excuse me.
I have linked it.
Okay.
Police in a troubled Mexican municipality have been equipped with slingshots and stones after the state officials stripped officers of their weapons. Only 30 officers of the 130 police department, 130 member police department in Alvarado on Mexico's Gulf Coast have passed control tests and been deemed fit for service, prompting the Veracruz State Public Secretariat to disarm the force. Mayor Bogar Ruiz Rosas said the force was made up of mostly new hires who were scheduled to start training in the state police academy. Mexican media showed the mayor handing out catapults and small bags of rocks to officers in a symbolic act of protest. He insisted the disarming of local police in Alvarado was a political vendetta ahead of the July 1st elections on the national and state levels. This can only be understood as something political, and we have to be prepared to do work in a professional manner. Through his ceremony, where he handed police officers slingshots and small bags of rocks. Oh my god! And there's a picture of these two guys just sitting here with slingshots on and like packs of rocks, and it's just like, I'm not fucking entertained by this bullshit. Yeah, sure, this is gonna help stop crime.
Gerald, we were listening, but you want to check my stream?
Oh. I'm just disappointed.
Why are you disappointed? You piss yourself laughing when it's me. When it comes to you, you're just disappointed.
It's because I'm still a lion. I'm still fit. You didn't even try to make it look like a canine. I'm disappointed.
Hey, I
There's
give.
not enough effort in.
He had a time scale to get this done, all right, and he still did it. Okay.
I sketched that well fuck thing in about, I want to say 10 minutes. I did it between calls at work.
Well, boo-hoo.
There's Jason. Jason.
Jason.
And I'm not even that good of an artist.
Still, it's fucking funny, so it's staying there till the end of the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, let's try and
You
end
might
this stream. Try and end this fucking stream off.
You might want to flip the picture.
Actually, let's see if we can.
Ay.
There we go. Why does that look so much better?
Oh god, that looks worse.
Excellent.
Jesus. What the fuck? What the hell? Something like that make it look so much worse.
Oh, but I need to make mine the same size, so like
That's terrifying.
there we go.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how it looks worse split, but it just does.
Oh my god.
Actually, just reduce it a little bit, so get the name in there. Just a little bit to get the name in there. There we go. Got it now. Took a while, but got it.
I don't know what to say.
She's got it.
Jason
baby,
Smooch, you
got
too
it.
smooch.
I'm your beauty. Oh.
Just because.
Um,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yes.
Oh. Okay. Let's finish this goddamn thing. I'm closing OBS. I can't look at that. I'll just burst into fucking fits of laughter again. Right. Okay. So now we're done on Onion. Finish it off. The gaming movie freaking furry chat. Let's talk about the small elephant in the room.
I'm going to Anthrocon.
I figured.
Well, that wasn't.
That
I was thinking, but when did you make that
You said
decision?
a small elephant in the room.
No, I meant in literal actual size.
Oh, that's the big elephant in the room, though.
No, this is actual size. It's a small elephant.
I know, you're talking about the Overwatch thing.
Yes! New Overwatch
Yeah,
hero
like I said.
announced.
That's not an elephant.
Elephant in the room is a phrase, Leon.
I know.
But I'm sorry.
I'll talk about Anthrocon later, but fucking no, okay. So
Hamtaro.
here's the thing.
Hamtaro.
They called him Hammond, but the actual name of the game is Wrecking Ball.
Really? Wrecking Ball.
Yep.
Everyone's made that joke already.
Overwatch is still a thing? Yes, Shadow. Overwatch is still very much a thing.
The guy from Cheetos.
Try Rhino from the Bolt movie.
Oh, it's the mix of them two.
I'm sorry, but
It's so fucking adorable, and everyone just started raising a shitstorm, going like, "Okay, I'm gonna quit the game now." As soon as they release this, and they're like, I'm sitting there going like, "Okay, fucking sorry, you don't have your black girl superhero, even though they already have so many others." I'm sorry, but this is fucking hilarious.
This is again. It's a
Jason.
mix of- it's again the mix from Rhino and G-Force. Just connect two.
Fuck off. Goddamn reference.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh, not only that, but you can now also find a group to play with in Overwatch.
You can't find a
So-
group.
Oh, you can actually
Yes.
find groups. Okay.
Yes, you can find groups now.
Oh, thank God.
So, for example, I skidded a curb. It's on quick play. Create a curb. It has now one player. It has a hero slot.
No,
and you can
Jason,
join.
you're not getting soldier. Fuck off.
We're all soldiers now.
Wait, that's not true.
I can't do Junkrat's voice.
But wait, let me just
You
go.
really stepped in that one, mate.
Oh no. You really stepped in that one, mate.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
Jero, are you okay? Do you need a hug?
I got you in my sights.
Okay. Heroes never die.
Now he gets it.
Yeah. Jero needs snugs and hugs, apparently.
No. I just
Wow.
need memes.
Okay. Why no snugs and hugs?
I just need memes.
Jero, look at my stream. We have become a meme.
I need better memes.
Excuse me. This is a decent meme. Jero needs a kitty cuddle.
This is kitty cuddle. Oh my god.
I'm allergic to cats.
Ha ha. I want to get fur all over your house.
Yeah.
But yeah, new Overwatch hero. Probably gonna be about like 3 months before I get to play him because people will auto lock that shit.
Let's see.
Apparently on the public test region, he's broken as fuck.
Oh yeah, because
Yep.
it gets everybody to play him, and then they'll nerf him. What the fuck, Jason? Give him a Mao massage, a feline fondle. The Brazilian, do not tempt me, I will make memes. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Overwatch. Cannot wait. We'll be playing hamster ball. But yes,
I will play hamster ball.
Or hamster ball with
Excuse me.
machine guns.
yes, all the pretty machine guns. Daka daka daka.
Dagga dagga dagga.
But no, I want to talk about a couple other games as well. One of them is sort of like encompassing a whole lot, but the Kingdom Hearts series, which I have started playing again in chronological order because they all came out at different fucking times, which is really goddamn confusing. Fucking hell, they are hard. Like, because if you want the full story out of them, you've got to play it on the hard difficulty. Fucking boss is OP, yo. Like, literally, like, start a fight, I hit you once, you dead OP, even though I've leveled up. It is, yeah, painful. To the point of, I haven't even thought about touching it today because I got that enraged last night trying to fight a certain boss who keeps vanishing, popping up in front of me, smacking my face, then disappearing. But it's like, I want story so I can fully understand 3 when it finally arrives. Eventually. Please don't be delayed again.
I managed to get hold of Kingdom Hearts 2 at a thrift store, and I'm trying to get the others as well.
What?
I think, like, when you say 2, do you mean just like the standard, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 for
The
all the PlayStation?
standard 2, not 365, not coded, not recoded, not as not 2.5.
Then you're not going to get the full story.
Okay, I have one of many of them.
I know, I'm just saying. Just playing 2, you're going to miss out a lot of story. But it's just like...
I didn't say I was only going to play 2.
Wait.
I just said I've got it. I'm trying to get a hold of the others.
That's the thing. Oh, do you... Wait, you don't have a PS4, do you?
Nope.
Nope.
I was going to say you could have... Because you can just buy the PS4 version that has every single game.
I like physical media. Like, I also managed to get a hold of Metal Gear Solid 2 while I was at a thrift store the other day as well. In the same day.
Nice. But yeah,
Lol.
the Kingdom Hearts games were a very nice birthday present from my other half. They did, like, they were his, and I mentioned I'd actually like to, like, borrow them to play them before 3 comes out, and then in the, like, birthday box that he gave me, they were just in there, and he's like, yeah, you can have them. I was like, wait, what? I was so confused. But yeah, I'm currently stuck fighting bosses, basically, because they're freaking hard, and Grinding is a bitch. I don't like grinding.
Hey, look, it's like it's every RPG ever.
Mm, depend again. It all does depend like on the difficulty because one of them I played, there wasn't like a secret like hidden ending, so I literally played it on beginner mode just to get like the story out of it, and it wasn't like a long game. It was only like a couple hours long. Still like a little tricky in parts. So you still have to know what you're doing. But when you're playing on hard difficulty, which is proud mode, it really does like amp up. It's literally like the bosses have higher defense. They will do more damage. More enemies will spawn in locations. You probably do like less damage yourself. Literally, it all takes effect. But it is literally like you've got a grind fest. It got to the point like one of the bosses I actually left, went to a different world, completed that world which was easier to level up in, came back and then fought the boss, and even then I was having difficulty. It was it's just insane. But I love it. It's like I don't know. Oh. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, love it, and cannot wait for free. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again. I know I mentioned this before, but heyo. Any other games you want to talk about, Jero, Leon?
The one that we've been playing a lot recently.
Ah, yes. The
The one
Hunter.
that I,
But
the
let
one
Jero
that
speak
I have
first.
not fallen into the hype of.
Oh.
I mean, you guys can go ahead and talk about that.
Well, I said I've just ranted about Kingdom Hearts for a while. Just wondered if there's anything you want to rant about.
I've been playing Space Engineers again.
I knew it!
What? I wasn't gonna mention it, but you asked.
Well, like I said, this is the time like to freely talk about it. Like this is why this section of the Furcast is here. Because there might be people in the chat who are interested and would like to hear. And again, this is for their entertainment.
So I've been playing Space Engineers again for
Fuck,
a
Leon.
while. Mark and I have been putting together a base. We actually set up a server. It's not necessarily open to the public, but it kind of is at the same time. And I'm having connection problems apparently. High latency connection over 250 millisecond ping. Oh, that's great. But as I was saying, oh dear.
Oh,
Apparently
well.
my entire internet is lagging. Give me a second.
Please stand by, Jero's having technical difficulties.
Probably just been put back up. Yep, that actually resolved it. Turning off my lights makes my internet faster.
What?
Okay, nice.
Don't ask. It's a very complicated. It's a very complicated thing. Somebody just friended me. Anyway, as I was saying, but Mark and I have been playing this. He's just sort of he jumped into it last week, and now we've been building ships and building a station and all that good stuff. And we have a whole server that's up. Unfortunately, the cap is at 19 players, and we're having like connection issues every now and then. But it's still really, really fun to play. Especially with a group of people and all that good stuff.
Jason, fuck off.
Welcome to Dead and Hunter World. Oh no. Anyway, but no. Okay, so Jorg, here's how to explain that. Here's my explanation for that. I have my internet going through an internet power line adapter. So it's literally going through the electricity. The more electricity that's used, the more it gets interfered. That's a thing. That is a thing.
Fair enough.
But yeah, essentially what we've got going is you can like join the server if we like that you make sure you're not screwing with shit. We haven't exactly set up a public area, but basically everybody that joins is like part of Mark Sparks' faction so far, except for this one guy that split off and did something else. I think I've got respawn chips turned on, but if you guys want to get in on that, then friend me, hop on. We'll say Kavuli's Discord, and I'll get you guys set up with the Steam group in order.
Not everybody has a link to my Discord.
Do you not have a link to the? You don't have a link to the Discord in your Twitch channel? Excuse me.
Jero, cool your shit. I know I've got stuff to sort.
You need to fix that, sir.
I know, okay? Kill your fucking beans.
All right, guys. That's a link to my Discord. Go ahead and join that if you want in. And then eventually we'll get you on the Mark's Discord.
Right.
Anyway.
Fucking snapping my bloody hand off, Jesus. I'll get sorted, don't worry.
Play a relaxing game. Kill some moose.
I'm playing a relaxing game that doesn't involve killing people.
Ah.
But yes, The Hunter. It is a beautiful, beautiful game. Like, you could tell that's what they're focused on, and it is still in early access, but they've pulled out all the stops to make it work, basically. World is huge and expansive, and you do have to have patience, which is sometimes an issue with me, especially since I do get a competitive streak.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, yes, it can sometimes glitch out, sometimes things don't load properly, sometimes the animals get stuck, it can get annoying that way, especially if you've tracked the animal for like half an hour and then it's just stuck somewhere and you can't kill it and you've wasted all that time. It's fucking annoying. But those are like big issues that are like few and far between. And to be fair, you can level up just by, I said, exploring the world. A Flashhound
What?
with 2 bits, taking that second place from Seawolf.
Okay. One thing though, what I must say, you do need to have quite a good graphics card, because if you really want to enjoy the environment of this game and the graphics, because it's a freaking beautiful environment in any map you play.
Oh no, there's a bit war starting on my stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leon's correct. You do need a good graphics card. Like, my graphics card is fairly decent. Showing its age a little bit though. I'm playing the game on low settings. I can't go any higher. It starts to really lag me out, especially if I'm trying to stream. Excuse me.
But
the other thing as well is it's run on the Havoc engine, which they no longer offer support for anything. They might still do 8, but they don't offer support for like Windows 7, which is what I'm still running. Which, Jason, 100 bits, thank you very much.
80?
But as I said, the Havoc engine does not support Windows 7, which means I can't fully play it full screen mode, and it is probably affecting my stuff as well. So I am looking into getting potentially another graphics card hopefully soon, which will help sort that issue out. Apart from that though, like I said, I mentioned about the glitches and all that in the animals, but like I said, those are few and far between, and there's plenty to explore. And if you just focus on, say, like getting all the locations unlocked and getting the XP off those, and just whatever animals you manage to pick off along the way, you'll just get to a point where you'll be fine at the start hunting, because you'll have leveled up and got perks, and oh my god, Jesus, the stuff's happening and things, and Jero, what?
A football giveaway. A what?
Gyroscope activated football giveaway for 9 other members of the community. Enjoy some football emotes, people, apparently. Wait, what references what? Do you realize it was midnight? Oh yeah, it's past midnight now. What? And Shire isn't streaming? Oh woo.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I'm gonna check his twaddle. Unless he's just late for whatever reason. Nope. That's not the search bar. That's my tweet bar. Wait, see. Where, 4 minutes ago, time for intense Bayonetta. Are you ready? Because the stream is live. Is it?
What?
Is it live? This is confusing. Oh yeah, it is live. It is. Well, I didn't get the notification. Did you?
Nope.
Huh. That's usually what we're waiting for.
Then again, I don't really watch Shy these days.
I don't.
I don't really have time to watch anybody. To be completely honest.
True. I mean, I don't like watch him a lot, but part of the reason the Furcast is this time is one, it's to dodge anybody else streaming earlier in the evening, and two, it's to raid Shire once my stream's done. Anyway, yeah, Hunter, really good game, still early access, beautiful as all hell. Takes some getting used to. Some of the controls aren't really explained a lot, so like when you buy stuff and then you've got to organize the inventory, that's not really explained, so it can be a bit derp. But it is a good game to relax to. Like, Christ, like some of the conversations I've had earlier today with like Leon, Lilith, and Jason. Oh my god, we've just talked about random shit and it's just been insane. Twitch TV Green with one little bit. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's one bit closer to victory. I don't know what victory, but victory.
The victory I'm probably not going to have claimed for me. Haha. Unless you want to pay a shitload of money.
Huh?
Mallard! Mallard!
Oh my god, is this gonna become a meme? Like, Mallard, come in, please. I wanna. No.
Oh no, Jalen's been Disney World as well.
Jalen World.
Disney World. But yeah, I think we've talked ourselves to death there, basically. Unless any of you got anything else you'd like to talk about, movie, game, or furry wise.
As I said earlier, I'm going to Anthrocon.
Oh yeah, you didn't briefly mention that before we got derailed with Overwatch.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody really gives a shit about the fact that I'm going, but I am going, and I'm going to be meeting several of my friends and fellow creators there. All of that good, fantastic, amazing shit. This is not the first time I've gone to Anthrocon. I'm not expecting to be recognized at all again, and that's totally fine. But at the same time, it's going to be a lot of fun because I'm going to be able to spend a significant amount of time with people like Mark, Zillion, Beta, a lot of people that have grown to be my friends in the last few months. I was honestly kind of surprised to be friends with Mark and that kind of stuff. We have a lot in common, space engineers being one of those things, and just in general science fiction. And it's like, it's one of those things where it was basically, it's basically confuzzled for you guys. This is my confuzzled and all that good stuff, because I never have gotten a chance to go out and socialize with people that I like for a really long time.
All I'll say is when you meet those guys, give them a hug from me. I guess,
Okay,
as
so
I
I'm gonna
get,
hug them for me first, and they'll be weird if I hug them twice.
I don't know. I'll just take like give says I or something. I don't know. Because, you know, I appreciate like all the like what Zillion's done for me and obviously the stuff he does. I get on with Mark quite well, and I love Beta's videos. They're bloody hilarious, but still very well made. Also, life jackets.
Life jackets. Yeah.
Fucking life jackets, I swear to God.
Life jackets.
Stay life jacket.
Yeah, stay life jacket.
I don't get that one though.
Apparently his
Apparently-
fans wanted him to say it, so he now says that. He literally said at the end of one of his recent videos, like, why do you guys want me to say this? What the fuck does it even mean?
Even he doesn't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Stay life jacket. I'm gonna call my own. Stay caffeinated. There we go.
That's so bad.
It's terrible.
Eh.
They're both terrible, to be totally honest.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I drink coffee. Gerald drinks tea, which does still have caffeine in it, and Leon has energy drinks.
Hey, no,
Yeah, you do.
I do have energy drinks. I do have cider.
Cillian drinks Red Bull.
Yeah, he has a Red Bull now.
Right, so Gerald's
Blood.
I've forgotten. When is that again?
It starts next Thursday. So I'm going to try to see if I can make time for Furcast. I don't know if I can, but if I can, I'm gonna drag as many people as I can into the room.
Oh god, this is gonna be nightmarish. I can tell.
If I can't, however, then yeah. I'm also going to be streaming while driving on the way up because I'm kind of driving by myself through 3 different states. That's
Oh.
gonna be fun. I have to drive through West Virginia and be terrified. But yeah, it's blanked out. But yeah, I've got like so many freaking new memory cards and batteries and shit just for this trip because I know I'm going to be recording a lot of stuff. So this will be fun. Hopefully I can make a video and that kind of stuff out of it. And hopefully I can actually get done editing the fucking drunk review that I want to release at some point this week.
Do that before you go away.
I'm going to do it before I go. Trust me. If not today, then tomorrow.
Good. Because I've been asking you to get that shit done for ages.
Yes, yeah, you have.
Since you like pretty much started writing it, it's just like, can you please?
I'll put it this way. I'm gonna edit it, and you're gonna watch me tomorrow while I stream editing it. You're gonna be my personal motivator.
I'll try. I can't promise.
Okay.
I was supposed to say I've got to end the stream, but before we go, Polygon, can you explain the Disney World to Flash? We're talking we're talking about some shit in Florida, and that Disney World is the only safe place. And then we got the fucking Disney World meme. Just literally Google. I'll type
We
it
were
in chat.
talking about Florida.
Yeah, just literally Google Disney World. You'll see the original meme. It's like something related to Lion King 2. And then fucking Brazilian got hold of it. He recolored my face onto the image, so I put it there. I then demanded it happen to Jero, and then apparently it happened to Jalen as well. That's pretty much what happened. Disney
Sounds
World.
like a good summarization.
Disney World.
Disney World.
Disney World. But no, I think that's gonna be the end of it there. So, time to raid a bunny. Haha. Prepare to raid, people.
That's alleviated.
But yes, thank you so much to everybody watching. I hope you have enjoyed. My sides are actually still hurting from laughing, I'm not gonna lie. Unexpected chuckles happened. So again, thanks as always to Jero, and thanks to our special guest Leon as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.